Hi, Dina here, Little Widow, littlewidow.com. There's like Twitter stuff and Instagram stuff, none of it matters. littlewidow.com, and if you're watching this, you're probably on YouTube, and we're gonna get that straight so that we have an actual address on there. It's gonna happen. My last reading bummed me out. Just want to kind of redeem it. It's like I don't really like to do multiples in a night, you know, but I kind of want to, I'm hoping it can end on a happy note here. I'm using the Delos deck again, whatever. I mean, you know, we just asked about a couple months. What's a couple months when you're 20, right? I feel bad about it. So we're going to ask, we're going to do another reading. It's a career question for someone tonight. She's having some issues. In her career, there has been noise that she is going to be getting fired. There has been noise. It's a very corporate kind of environment, and you know, I guess her performance has not been up to snuff. Her heart is not in the job, and she, I don't know, she's been doing some things like extracurricularly that I guess her HR department found out about somehow, and they kind of frown upon, even though they are not, it's not technically outside of like the code of conduct. In any case, she's on the chopping block. I do see a major career change coming up for her. Really, like any second now. Like no, like it's exact. The thing that I see will be exact January 6th. But I mean, rarely do we need to push something to exactitude for it to take effect. But I mean, I would be surprised if one way or the other there was not some kind of giant change between now and like February. Whatever that might be. It could be that she just like retrenches and like blows her existing job out of the water. Who knows? But doubtful based on talking to her. All right, so we're gonna ask what's gonna happen in her job in the next couple months, her pre-existing job. What's gonna happen there? Is she gonna keep that job? Is she gonna reinvigorate that job? Or is she gonna bail on that job? Is she gonna get fired from that job? What can you show us? What's gonna happen in that job in the next couple months? I would say no more than 3 or 4. Like, I think we're talking like a quarter tops, but we'll say 4 months, 4 months max. Based on her chart, I would be shocked if whatever change happens takes more than 4 months. Sorry, you know me. You hear Shuffle Fetish Guy? I've been letting you down lately. There hasn't been much heavy shuffling. Yep. Lover. All right. We get this card a lot, right? In a career reading, I'm going to say that this means choice. A lot of times this comes up, and I'm always like, oh, all these people always say that the lover means choice. Screw that shit. Like, the lover means love. In a career reading, I'm going to say it means choice. All right? We're going to start there. She's at a crossroads, right? She's like at a fork between two paths. Oh wait, in the environment of the 8 of Cups, that dude's walking away. We got this card for someone the other night too in a relationship spread. He stacked his cups really neatly. It's not a sad card. It's not a tragic card. There's something a little bit melancholy about it, but I don't think there's like a ton of heartbreak inherent in this card. I will say, if you want to like get into the symbolism of the cards, So the Five of Cups tends to be like a grief card, I would say. There's a lot of mourning in that card. And the Three of Cups is a celebration. I don't think it's an accident that like they're separated that way. In any case though, he stacked them neatly and he's walking away. He's walking, you know, towards the moon. There's a bit of sadness, but I mean, it's his choice to leave these cups behind. So that's what we're in the environment of there. I think that's pivotal. What's crossing us is the Six of Pentacles. Kind of makes sense. It's like she's in a very corporate environment. It's like the hand is feeding her, sort of. The foundation of the matter is the Two of Wands. I would look at that again as almost like a waiting period. Behind us is the High Priestess. Okay. Queen of Cups is overarching the whole thing. Before us is the Devil. It's an interesting card to have in a career reading. I'll take it. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. Double aces. Nine of Pentacles. It's our self-sufficient woman with her cat. Ooh, and the Tower. If there was ever a card of getting fired, it would be the Tower. All right, so we legitimately have the Tower preceded by the Devil. Yeah, I mean, do we even need to talk about this? I don't think, do we? I mean, should we just stop now? Should I just turn it off? This is the shortest video ever. All right, so the Devil, this is a great looking Devil card. It's very pagan. It looks like the, like in Dragnet, where they take the Virgin Connie Swale. Remember that? Christopher Plummer is the, whatever, I'm old. Anywho, so this is a nice card. I would associate the Devil with Saturn and Capricorn too, though. It doesn't have to be all like debauchery and obsession and sexual weirdness. I mean, it literally could just be drive and like the urge to succeed. It could also be laziness. It could also be manipulation. It could be, there's a host of things that could be signified by the Devil. It's a tricky card in a reading like this, because sometimes if I get this in a career reading, I look at it as the drive to succeed. You know what I mean? I look at it as a urge to, you know, I'm gonna do well, come what may. Whatever gets in my way, I don't give a shit. Like I'm gonna win. It could also be laziness. It could also be like, I'm gonna blow my whole freaking life up because I want to, bitch. So a lot of things could be signified by the Devil. It could be alcohol. It could be sexual something. Someone could try to take a sexual favor. I've actually seen that in readings before, where someone was like, I'm gonna save your job, but you're gonna pay for it. So there's a lot of different things that the Devil could represent in that way. I mean, most simplistically, it could represent being under the thumb of the corporation, really. I mean, it's Saturn. It's Saturn, it's Capricorn. It really could be like, I'm scared, I'm gonna toe the line for a little while because I'm scared and I wanna be, you know, I would rather be in these chains than be free, because being free is scary. So that's possible. That's our near future. Like, we're right there. So we're in the environment where there's like a choice we have to make. We're thinking about leaving. That's been the idea of leaving has been introduced now. And then we're gonna, in the near future, we're probably gonna be a little stagnant. We're probably gonna be a little bit scared and hang on to what we have already. And then we have two aces in a row, which aces are new starts. And it's the card representing the girl in question is literally the Ace of Pentacles. It's a new material start. It's a new financial start. It's a new practical start. We're not talking about the Ace of Swords, that's new thoughts or a new way of thinking. We're not talking about the Ace of Wands, that's like a new, you know, a new passion or a new hobby. And we're not talking about the Ace of Cups, which shows other people involved in the matter. That would be like a new love or a new, you know, something like that. This is like practical, material, tangible things. She's doing something new. We're gonna move up through these cards. We do pass the Nine of Pentacles, which we just got. She's a woman alone. But she's a self-sufficient woman. That's the most important part of that. So I kind of feel like what's happening here is we might be stuck for a little while. We might be scared. We might subjugate ourselves. We might let ourselves be beholden, you know? Maybe we're gonna kneel for a little bit. We might. Maybe we're gonna right? Suck at the teat for a tiny bit. But it's not gonna be long. And then we're gonna have a fresh start. We're gonna realize we're self-sufficient, and one way or the other, the tower is the stinking outcome. Okay, so it's the tower. This is literally Tower of Babel shit. I don't think the tower has to be a bad card. I actually love the tower. Ironically, do you know, if you wanna look at a sequential order, the devil is 15 and the tower is 16. They are literally in order. God damn. The tower is really, I mean, it's lightning. I wrote a post about the tower like a couple days ago. And I basically, I mean, I think I quoted like Water for Chocolate, which is this great book if you've never read it. It's this baker. The town baker is in love with this man. And she has to bake his wedding cake when he marries someone else. And she cries into the batter. And she ends up poisoning the whole town, and a lot of people die. But the line I quoted was, "We're all born with a box of matches inside us, but we can't strike them all by ourselves." That's the tower. It's really hard to initiate change from the inside. Really, really, really is. I mean, it doesn't matter how much you want to change, how much you need to change. It's really rare to have a change that completely comes from within. You need the bolt of lightning. You need to be the lightning struck tower to have your life change. It's sad maybe that's the case, that it all has to crash the hell down before we build it back up. But unfortunately, that is how it is more often than not. So the tower doesn't have to be a bad card. I've said this before. The tower could be like, I'm walking across the street and I see a man and I'm like, God damn it, I'm gonna marry him. Boom, boom, bolt of lightning. Hits me like a bolt of lightning. It could also be getting fired. I mean, and in this reading where we're talking about, am I gonna get fired and the tower is the outcome, I'm inclined to say that yes, you're gonna stink and get fired. However, it's not going to be a surprise anymore. So is it still the tower? Interesting. This is like a philosophical question we've posed tonight. Yeah, so I think there's a huge change coming. If you don't get fired, maybe you'll go bananas and quit. I don't know. And if none of that happens, then you're gonna get some kind of weird, new, invigorated, holy crap, I want this job, and completely change. I mean, this is change. This is profound, unrelenting change. This is struck by lightning. People are jumping out of it. It's gonna burn to the ground. There's nothing here anymore. You have to completely rebuild from scratch. So I do not see you having the same job in the time frame that we asked about. And I don't think you're surprised by that. So I'm not going to read this as a negative outcome. I mean, you know the surprise, it's not a surprise anymore. We just took all the tower's power away. So prepare yourself, batten down your hatches, put on your tinfoil hat. What do you want to be? I mean, do you want to be the lightning rod or the seismograph, right? So it's the one floor of the cuckoo's nest line. I would rather be the lightning bolt myself. So in any case, yeah, you're gonna get fired. Okay. You can find my info on the website. Email me if you would like a reading that ends as positively as the two we had tonight. Holy shit. All right, good night, guys.